All right. Live streaming time. Okay, before it messes up again, I'm going to redo my mic so that we don't have any static during the live stream. Hopefully. Hopefully. Yes, I'm wearing a green shirt today against my better judgment. I was trying to plan on switching shirts, but none of the shirts I like are washed right now, so I didn't feel like being dirty. Okay. Place those over there. Awesome. Get some music going so I have something to listen to. We'll do Perfect World. It's a little bit too loud. There we go.
Talked to my dad on the phone today. He broke down and apologized. Said he's sorry for the way things got fucked up and he wish he did a better job.
Fish, go lay down, buddy. Starting the stream. I ain't having it, Fish. I ain't having it. Adrian, what's up, man? David? You weren't first, but thank you for being here. Jay Hill, what's up, man? Work Smart, what's up? Renan? What's up, man? How you doing? Wish we could get a move in BTC. Yeah, it's been boring. It's been boring. But as soon as we get some more people in here, I'll explain why I think this is a good thing that we're holding this. And it actually makes things a lot more clear as well, which could definitely help. So we'll give it like a couple minutes. I'll keep saying hello. Curiosity, what's up, man? Alexander, what's up, buddy? Abbas, what's up, man? Andre, Reckless. Hi, guys. How you guys doing? You said BTC was headed south. I'm glad you can make it, Jeff. What's up, man? I still do think it's headed south. And what do you mean, Jeff? What do you mean? I'm in a long scalp, but he swings short. So I'm playing both sides of the puzzle. And I did take profit on that long scalp yesterday. But we are still sitting in a bearish rectangle as the moment. And the target coming off of that is exactly what I'm looking for as well. So let's say that our support is here, flagpole here. Take that to where we should break around from. Still lines up with the ascending wedge target as well. I do think so too. I'm glad he's back. Now, Jeff, I probably won't be acknowledging you as much as I did in the last stream. Got a couple messages from people, and they didn't like how you took away from the talking of the charts. So, gotta focus more on Bitcoin this time. Sorry you're not getting as much attention. Now, if you do cause too much trouble, I will have to ban you. Maybe I'll unban you for the next live stream if you learn your lesson. But we're not having it this time. And Jeff, you know me. You've watched a couple live streams. You know I don't use high leverage and I know what I'm doing. So I have not been wrecked yet. I have not been wrecked since all the way back here. This is where I got wrecked. This is why I learned my lessons and paid my tuition. From then, I'm doing very well. Should have known you were going to stream. I just made burgers. Yeah, I got to do a little bit of an earlier live stream tonight because I do have a friend that I haven't seen in like 7 months. He's coming over tonight, so I do want to get off early so I can hang out with him. All right, already sitting at 28 viewers. Give it a couple more minutes, and we will start talking. That's what's up, Reckless. A lot of people don't understand that the good traders are the ones that win the least. And what do I mean by that? Well, you can win one time and make sure that the next 7 losses do not even matter, that you're still in profit. Obviously, that is not the goal. But good traders know how to let their winners run and their losses get cut. That's why whenever someone comes to me and they're like, hey, I was in a short from this position. Should I DCA here to get myself back in profit? There is always a point of failure within a trade. And if you can't learn how to identify that and get out before it's too late, you might not have that chance, and you're just setting yourself up for even more losses. So DCA should be used within patterns to get a better position on a breakout or a swing high or swing low from the bottom or top of that pattern. They shouldn't necessarily be used on breakouts of patterns from a breakout to a top to a swing low. That's not really that efficient. How do your Gonfan lines work? I'll be honest, man, I don't know how they work. I know how to draw them, I know how to use them. I don't know why they work. I make money off of them, that's all that matters. But what they are is it's a square factor of 9 off of a 45-degree angle to get these Gonfans. And for some reason, they are very highly accurate as long as you understand how to draw separate patterns and make them relate all to each other. There's no use in having 1,000 different lines on your screen if you can't categorize each set of lines into a certain level of support and resistance. Otherwise, you are just throwing stuff on your screen for nothing. 300 Rivers, what's up? Billy Gates, what's going on, man? Stefan, what's up, man? Yep, I'm wearing my green chill shirt today because it's all my other stuff is in the laundry. So most of my good shirts, I don't know where they disappear to. So last time I bought, like, I don't buy clothes that often. I don't like buying shoes. I don't like buying shirts. But last time I went online and I bulk ordered 5 pairs of a black shirt, 5 pairs of a blue shirt, and then 3 pairs of pants. So I was like, I really don't care what I wear. So I'm just going to get 2 of the same thing and then 1 pair of the same pants. Well, 3 pairs of the same pants. That way I just know what I'm going to wear every single day. JP, what's up, man? I think it's been going the same as everybody else. I made a little bit off of the long scalp yesterday as we took a downturn. I DCA'd a long position, had pretty good leverage on it, made a little bit of profit, took it to the top of the rectangle. But right now, we're just kind of bouncing back and forth. Still is a bearish rectangle. Our target coming off of it is still around 7,900. So that definitely works out. Why are we sitting at this point for so long? So that's why this target makes so much sense. So let's say our top of this new pattern that we're getting ourselves into is right here, and the bottom is down here, somewhere in that region. Like I've told you guys many times before, if you are above the 0.5, it is your strongest support. If you are below the 0.5, it is your strongest resistance. So if we draw fib retracements on this pattern that really doesn't exist yet, from those highs and lows to our targets, look at where we're sitting. We are sitting dead on the 0.5. So that's why I do think we will eventually have a drop down towards the $7,900 to $7,800 zones. And I will also show you on the macros why that needs to be done as well in order to confirm support so we can continue moving on to the upside. But that is just one of the reasons why I do think that the new pattern moving forward will be a high from here and a low from here going on for the next 30 to 60 days. There is a small chance that we do collect support on this Gonfan right here. This is a medium time frame, so it's a higher chance than a micro, but it's not really a macro, so I really don't want to make that assumption right away. That's about 30 days away. If we go straight down, we could collect support on it. So that could lead us to a breakout to the upside. I have more confidence in a macro, obviously. So our next macro diagonal, which you can see we got 2 taps off of it here, so it is a strong support. That is going to be about, let's see, let me go to a daily chart. It'll be a lot easier to identify that. That would be about 60 days away, which I'm happy to wait. That means that we have more time to get some more swing trades in before we blast either to the upside or to the downside. Now, if we do fall out of this and start working ourselves even further down, I will show you why I am going to be buying a whole bunch of Bitcoin at $6,000. And if we do go below that, I would be selling it at a certain point, but I'll get to that as well. We're sitting at 45 viewers, so gonna give it just a little bit more. So you see, I'm starting to talk more about the price action as more people getting in. How do you use them? So like I said, you have to identify different chunks of a pattern. So that's why we make a macro Gonfan with macro fib retracements. And then we go down to the medium patterns, which is like right here. And we can make decisions based off of that. And then within medium patterns, you have micro patterns that you can scalp on. And as well as breakouts. Breakouts also have micro patterns within them. Right here, we're breaking out to the 1.618, but we put in a little micro pattern. Breaking out to the 1.618, put in a little bit of a micro pattern. Once we hit the target for said breakout, then we turn back around and retest previous resistances and confirm them as support. So you can see if you look at your chart on a macro, there's really no need to overcomplicate this. Everything is broken down into patterns. So if I'm breaking this down into medium patterns, and we're in the process of forming another one right now. So you can see how we've gone from pattern to pattern to pattern to pattern to pattern to pattern to pattern. If you can learn how to separate these and work in between them, you'll make a lot of money. Pick your poison. Make them hate so much that it destroys them. All right, so let's take a look at our indicators. What are our indicators telling us? So we're losing money flow. Good sign for a short. We're starting to see rejections at the 50 on the 2-hour. Good sign for a short. And I do believe that this next wave coming up will be bearish convergence. So that is my hope. And then we'll finally see that break down. Otherwise, we will have a spike probably up towards the $8,887 zone. And that would be not what I would want to see, not because it's taking away from my short swing, but that would probably lead to kind of a descending triangle and then a breakdown to the 7,800s, which would take a little bit longer. That would be unfortunate. I'm being impatient and I'm looking for an immediate payoff for this swing short. But I'm more than willing to just hold my stop loss above this diagonal line and then finally have a breakdown to the downside. Would be unfortunate because I do have a hope over the next 30 to 60 days. I do want to make anywhere between 20 to 40%. So definitely this would be the first move. It will be definitely a very great one. My average entry was 970. So once we hit that and started breaking past this, I upped my leverage, added some more position size. So if we do come back down to this, I'll make about 130%, which would be very, very nice just off the start of the bat. That would be about almost 15%, well, almost 12% already in one move. All you need to see is a break. Most of the time when you break a support or resistance, you will come back up and retest it or come back down and retest it. And then you'll see the actual move come in. That doesn't always happen like we saw like right here, but sometimes it does. So why am I saying $6,000 I will be buying there? So if you look at this on a macro chart, you can see if we draw our Gon fans from the 3.1K bottom to the 19.7K top, we can see we get a set of Gon fans. You could see that you could have called the 14K high, and you probably would have exited somewhere around $12,000. I exited around $12,000. It wasn't necessarily because of the Gon fans. I really didn't start learning about Gon fans until around this region right here. But that would have definitely been something awesome to be a part of during that time. So you can see that our 8-to-1 Gon fan support is at 6,157. So that is a very, very strong macro support. And if it's broken, we would probably be moving down towards the 4,800s. That can be seen right here. Now, obviously, this is quite a bit away. Most likely a couple months, if that ever does start to happen. Because these things don't happen in one straight shot. But if we do break this 2-to-1 Gon fan, we will start moving down towards the 6,000s until we hit this Gon fan right here. Probably, do something like this right here, right here. Hey, fish. No, don't do that. I put a blanket over the couch to, make sure that he doesn't get fish hair everywhere. So he's starting to scratch the blanket because he doesn't like it. All right. As well as that, we do have a hidden bearish divergence on the daily chart as well. That should be helping us bring us back down towards the 0.618 on the macros. I'm not talking macro, just talking about this specific price structure. Now, when we do move to the macros, what do you see? We are above the 0.5 fib retracement. We were below it and it was acting as resistance, but now we have blown past it. And like I said, the 0.5, if you are below it, is your best resistance until you get to your 1 or 0, depending on how you have your fib retracement set up. But since we just blew right past it, we would want to come back down and find support on it in order for us to continue up higher towards the 8-to-1 Ganfan around 10,500. Now, obviously, as we move further and further into this pennant, that would become lower and lower, you know, around 9,800. Hey, fish? No. God, you're messing up the blanket, man. You're messing up the blanket. Stop it. Stop. Just lay down. There's nothing behind the blanket. So, in that 0.5, take a guess. 78.50. Where is the point that we've been looking at for forever to get retested? 78.23. So that confluence right there tells me we should actually come back down, retest that at some point soon. Obviously, we've been sitting in this for this little bearish rectangle for 3 days. It is kind of boring, but this is where people start to get antsy. They start going, oh, I don't know, you know, it was looking bearish, but now all of a sudden we're finding support. What's happening? Should I enter a long? Should I stay short? I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my God, what if we go back up and I lose all my money? Calm down. Have a clear plan. I've already taken profit on my swing short. Even if I get stopped out, I have lost absolutely nothing. And just remember, all of your winning trades that you make over a long period of time, set yourself up for future losses. So even if this thing does break out to the upside, not only am I losing absolutely nothing, I then have a chance to take a market long all the way up until around 9,800. So you have to look at this and put yourself in an advantageous position every single time in order to make sure that even if you lose, you could win. So, Magnus, what's up, man? This is specifically for Jeffrey Epstein. I completely messed up my hair with that with that analogy. But I hope it gave a really good picture. I'm sure some of you can relate to it. Last night, last night I spent about 2.5 hours researching a lot of different stuff on logarithmic scales. Someone came to me, Fearless Fly came to me, and he asked me, because there is another Ganfan video out there relating to Gan boxes, and in that video he says use the lock price to bar ratio, and essentially logarithmic is the same exact thing, just a little bit different, and there's no definitive way. I wish, like, if you could set up Ganfans from 2 different points and have a definitive way to make sure they are the most accurate they could possibly be at the very beginning, everybody and their brother would be using them. So I came to the conclusion that there is no definitive way to make sure that right out the gate they are as accurate as they possibly can be. Obviously, you can guesstimate with something like this, where you can see a clear line of support and a clear resistance right here. You can guesstimate with the little information that you have. But the further and further you get into a pattern, the better and better and more accurate you can make your Ganfans. Otherwise, everybody would be using them. And if you think that that is stupid and wrong, that I'm making something I'm using more accurate over time, that is ignorant. So, Jeff. All right. And now that we've kind of talked about price action, why I'm still leaning towards the downside, I do want to go ahead and show you guys a video that I found last night. And it's nothing towards this guy. I just want to share my point of view on something in terms of teaching technical analysis and teaching how to trade. This guy had a totally different point of view on it. I'm going to let him speak for himself. And like I said, it's not that he's in the wrong here and that he's a bad person. Definitely, he can do whatever he wants. He's the one that is actually trading. fish. But before I say that, the reason why I trade and teach is not to scrounge little bits of money here and there from you guys. That's why I made the training program not too expensive and not too cheap. But I have had the moment in trading where everything clicks. Absolutely everything. And I go, what the hell was I doing before this? Once you have that moment in anything you do in life, it's fleeting. Then it just becomes normal and you don't have the same appreciation for it. But through teaching you guys and seeing the oh my god moment, the click, the oh my wow, what? That type of moment, that allows me to relive vicariously through you guys. And that is why I keep trading. That's how I keep trading interesting and keep it alive for me. Because I've always been the type of kid that I will find something and I will learn it, be good at it, and then I'll move on to the next thing. I was never consistent because I like finding those subjects that I don't know a lot about, getting that aha moment, and then moving on. It's like a drug to me. So I'm being honest with you guys. Like if it wasn't for me doing the live streams and doing these, I probably would still be trading, but I wouldn't be as enthusiastic about it. And I probably wouldn't be doing as good as I am right now because of it. So that's what keeps trading alive for me. And that's why whenever somebody, learns from me, I hope they teach their friends and they can live vicariously through them. Because like I said, once you learn something, it's just the everyday normal thing. It loses its magic, its potential to make your life better. So that's why I do it. So let's move on to that moment. Yeah, the eureka moment. That's exactly what it is. Thomas, what's up, man? How you doing? James, what's up, man? Thank you very much. I do appreciate it. You're welcome. JC, what's going on, man? Glad you could make it. All right, so who's calling me? Oh, my mom's calling me. Hold on, I'll tell you afterwards. Hello? What's up?
Now I'm elevated, you still get hella faded. Your life is not progressing, but yet you celebrate it. Still live that same life, still getting medicated. Still living day to day like nothing's premeditated. Like you the baddest with your eyes low, tripping with a child at home, sitting while you styrofoam, sipping, coming home with strange men. Why he lie alone and listen, then wake up and go to work and deny his whole existence. Shit. Where the dreams at? That's where my team's at. And we gonna change the world, yeah, I really mean that. So, until then you can find me in my zone, and that's where I stay, even if it means I die alone. I don't know just where I'm gonna be, or what I'm gonna be doing in another year or 3. All I know is I'll be far from where I'm at. Gonna live to be a legend, yeah, I'm down to die for that. I don't know just where I'm gonna be, or what I'm gonna be doing in another year or 3. All I know is I'll be far from where I'm at. Gonna live to be a legend, yeah, I'm down to die for that.
Okay. So I did find out what that riddle meant. And it actually wasn't as complicated as I thought it was. So my mom knows I live stream. All right. She knows that I'm doing this whole thing on YouTube, but she never watched me until I really started, showing her, telling her, hey, I got like 100 people watching me now. I'm doing this whole training program, all that kind of stuff. So I didn't give her my channel. And then she looks up Kite Bitcoin on Google, finds my channel, and she was watching the live stream. And Mandy, if you're here, she saw your message at the end of the live stream where it said, that comment about your mom pissed my pants laughing out loud. So she went back and watched an entire 2-hour live stream just for that one comment. And so somebody in the live stream was like, is your mom my age? Is she hot? Because, you know, I might want to get with her. So in order to divert him from that, I immediately kind of I said, my mom's a dried piece of fruit. You know, if she gets divorced, she'll be single for the rest of her life. So my mom saw that. And it's okay. So she called me on Ambien the other night. And when she's on Ambien, she's basically like a zombie. And she was like, I heard what you said about me. And I was like, what did I say about you? She was like, I heard you called me a dried piece of fruit and I'd be single for the rest of my life if I got divorced. I was like, well, is that not true, Mom? And she goes, so what if I want to be single? And then this morning when she actually called me and she wasn't on Ambien and basically a zombie, you know, I explained to her, I was like, it was not a hurtful comment. It was not meant to be taken that way. It was just to divert the conversation from somebody that was talking about you being hot. And wouldn't it be much more weird if I said, yeah, my mom's banging. Go for it. That would be weird rather than me calling you a dried piece of fruit. So when she said, the one who passes the sentence must swing the sword. P.S. A dried fruit can't swing a sword. She was basically saying, handle it yourself. I'm old. So that's where that came from. Isaiah, what's up, buddy? Any thoughts on the 3-hour hidden bearish divergence? Yeah, I do think that is that's what's going to bring us down towards the $7,800 zone. If you rewind the live stream, you'll hear me talk about each individual point, why that should get retested in order for us to remain bullish. Us going down back down to 7,800 is actually bullish if we can confirm support there. That is huge. So that needs to happen. Mandy, you're in trouble. You got me in trouble with my mom. It's all your fault. Rewind the live stream like 2 to 3 minutes and you'll see me talking about it, Mandy. All right, on to this video that I brought you guys' attention to. All right, let me go to my save later list. I love the movie Limitless. It's awesome. My 2 favorite movies are probably Looper. Looper is a fantastic movie. I could watch it 100 times and I'd still cry. And then Limitless is a good one. I forgot what the second movie I was going to say is. I'm not sure. All right, so let's go to my save for later watch later list. Let me turn off the music real quick. What happened to it? Maybe it's in my history? Because I saved it to the watch later. There's no way he deleted that video. There's no way. I just saw it last night. There's no way. Okay, I guess he deleted it. I'll give you the gist of it. If you haven't seen Looper, watch Looper. It's a great movie. It's a great movie. But the gist of the video that this guy was putting out, he is a successful Forex trader. And he was inactive for many, many months. And when he came back, he was talking about being successful. And he goes, you know, I did what everybody else did. I learned the stuff and then I taught it. But God damn it, people give me headaches and I wasn't having it. So, you know, if I could trade, I'll just make the money myself. I don't need all this extra stuff from all these people. And that kind of, it didn't set me off. I was like, that's not a good point of view. Because the point of view I hold is what I said in the beginning. I do this not for the money. I do it to relive that eureka moment in trading through you guys vicariously. And it's not about the money. It's about helping other people. For him, it was just about the money. and he got mad at people and got headaches from having to teach them. And I just kind of felt like that was not a good point of view to have. And I just wanted to kind of have you guys view the difference between me and him. Like I said, it's his choice if he wants to teach people or not. But that was something that I did not agree with him on. Fish. Stop, buddy. Stop. Go lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Augustin, what's up, buddy? Blake, hi. How you doing, guys? We need a real capitulation, in my opinion. I think we've been capitulating for the last couple of months. I don't think this is necessarily a bad thing that we've been going down in a downtrend. I think it's just a long, drawn out downtrend that we will find support on. If you go back to the beginning of the live stream, you'll see my points of view on why we should see a bottom either here, $6,000 or $4,800. Austin, do you think it's better to buy BCH instead of BTC after the dump or ride up with BTCH? So if you're working on a macro scale, just why are you holding either one of those? Just go into USDT and just hold on until it dumps down and then buy back. Now, long term, I do think that BCH has a higher percentage chance in the next bull run than Bitcoin, obviously, because of the two different price points. Same thing with Ethereum and Monero. But Bitcoin is a solid asset to trade. That's why I focus these live streams in my channel more towards Bitcoin, because I really don't, if you don't know what you're doing, I don't recommend you trade altcoins whatsoever. They are good buy and holds, and you can definitely sell and buy on support macro resistances and supports, but I wouldn't recommend trading them necessarily. I think that's dangerous, and you're opening yourself up to a lot of risk if you don't know what you're doing. So that's why I would break it down into like 4 different steps. All right. So if you're just starting to trade Bitcoin. If you're getting a little bit better at trading, start trading Ethereum. Then go to EOS. Then go to XRP. The more volatility, the more ridiculous it is to trade. So that's why I do stick to Bitcoin, just so I don't give off the impression that you could become rich instantly with altcoins. And that's why. Let's turn back on the music. It's too silent for me. Okay, let's go to what do I want to play? Let's go to I like this song. All right, cool. Your medium Ganfan is not at the low. Did you do this because it just lines up with everything, showing that wedge that broke down? It is at the low. Now, during this little pattern here, I was testing out to see if you put in a slightly lower low, would that make it more accurate? And I don't think it's actually worth it to change up your entire Ganfan setup according to that actual low. What you're looking for is you're looking for a pattern, breakout, low, swing high. So that's why my 2 connection points for these Ganfans would be this low here and this high here, and not this high and this low. For the guy that's trying to sell his Market Cipher Market Cipher subscription, if you want to, go check out the video I just put out. I know it's kind of hard to get through because it sounds like I have Tourette's with the amount of times I say okay. But it's a lot of good information, and if you're not having success with Market Cipher, that video alone could definitely change that. Not boasting myself up, I am just trying to share really good information with you guys. Fish, what are you doing? Okay, you're playing with a toy. Okay, I thought he had a shoe. Latin Crypto, sorry I didn't say hi to you, buddy. What's up, man? Show Fish. Okay. Fish, come here. Come here. What is that? Hello. My name is Fish. So when a new low comes in, you are not adjusting the fans anymore? No. So right now we are in a transition period between pattern, breakout, top. So right now you could actually start drawing your down channel GON fans for the next pattern. But once that happens, once we put in that new low, that's when I will be putting in the next set of GON fans right here and moving them from here to here. Because once a new medium pattern is established, these supports and resistances, you'll find them within the new one. Cute little smushy face is what she said. Or he said. Sorry. He's got a little double chin like me. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Why is your head wobbling? I'm holding you up. Why is his head's going like this? We're gonna be the next PewDiePie, because PewDiePie had a pug. His name was Edgar, I think. So you're gonna be the new pug of YouTube. All right, go lay down, you fat dog. He's a cute dog. He's a good dog, but sometimes he's a bad boy. So Mark, the Heiken-Ishi candles, they really don't make a difference on your indicators per se, but they can make a difference on Market Cipher A, and that's what matters. That's why with Market Cipher A, you will see a difference between Heiken-Ishi and just regular candles. But since I really don't rely too much on Market Cipher A, like I don't make my decisions based off of blood diamonds or anything like that, I don't really need it. I have it on my chart sometimes. I don't have it on right now because I forgot to put it on. But that's where it's going to make the difference. But for candle body closes and support and resistances being broken, I like to use regular candles rather than Heiken-Ishi candles, because the average could look like it didn't close above, but the majority of traders use regular candles. So if they see a candle body close above a resistance, they will take a long, and that will have an effect on price action if enough people do it. Why did you give him the name Fish? He might get a complex. So the name Fish, it came like when I was like 16 or 17, I saw this funny meme online. It basically said, my wife said I couldn't get any animals except for a fish. So he said, meet fish. And it was like a little bunny. And I was like, I want to do the same exact thing, but with a dog. And then a couple years later, I got a dog named a Fish. And I was like, Mom, I got a fish. And I was like, can I show him to you? And she was like, sure. Why do you want to show me your fish? You're weird. So I brought Fish over when he was a little baby. And she was like, oh my God. Hold on, I think I have a picture of the first time they ever met. Let's see. It was back in September of 2018. Let me see if this will focus. Look at the little baby fish. Oh, he was a little tater tot. He was a little chunk ball. Virgo puppy. What's my horoscope for the day? Today, you should be experiencing a strong feeling of satisfaction and contentment with your life, Scorpio. Business and financial matters continue to go well, and your home life especially appears to be secure and stable. You might be considering investing some of your resources in your home. Any new romantic relationships begun at this time could well last for a very long time, so make sure you really like the person before committing. Wow. All right, I don't believe in horoscopes, but yes, business and financial aspects are going very well, and I have been looking at doing upgrades on my home, such as putting in carpet, more insulation to make it, better during the winter time. But I'm not buying into horoscopes, even though that was pretty accurate. But that's what horoscopes are. They are supposed to be a general accuracy, and then some of the points will get hit, and then some of the other points you'll be like, oh. But then you're left with the feeling of, wow, it really knows me. You ever seen that test where they take like everybody from, all 12 months, and then they put all of their horoscopes, and they give them all the same horoscope, and they're like, wow, that is totally me. I'm just like that. And then at the end, they tell them it was all the same horoscope, and then they're just left with a decimation of their belief. Don't have any other pets yet. Maybe in a year or two, I do want to get a Pomeranian. All right, so you might call me a little bitch. Try not to use language anymore because my mom watches the live streams now. But yes, little bitch, because I want little tiny dogs. But I don't have a lot of room for big dogs, and I do want to make sure that the dogs are happy. And Fish isn't fixed yet. I know it's a green shirt. It says chill. But if I can get a Pomeranian that's not fixed and get a Pomeranian puppy mixed with pug. Look how cute their puppies would be. Not that one. Hopefully it doesn't look like that or that. But look at this one. Look at it. It'll be so cute. It really would.
So who am I when the world tells me who I should be? Look around, you'll see ideas are essential as air and sleep. Everything you see, it came from the mind of a human being. That's mind-blowing. You're not your mistakes and the fears you think. And I think I need to pray and take care of myself more. Deep hidden in my mind's where you'll find peace of mind.
What is your number one tip for us crypto traders? It is maintaining a consistency over a long period of time. So don't let your trades be determined by emotion. If you feel like you're super bullish, don't use more position size because of it. If you feel like you're super bearish, don't use more position size because of it. Maintain a consistency. I had this formula written out for some of my students. I'll post it in the chat. This is a simple formula, and you can change the numbers around to fit your risk to reward criteria. So if you want to have a 10% instead of a 20%, you can do that as well. It will just affect your leverage, but that is something that you can do. And that's how you maintain a consistency over a long period of time. And make sure that whenever you take a good risk to reward trade, from trade to trade, it doesn't change. So if you hit a 7 risk to reward or a 10 risk to reward trade, you are setting yourself up for 9 to 6 losses in a row, and you'll still be in profit. That is the best thing I can tell you. Obviously, learn support and resistance and learn it well. Indicators come second. And then from there, you'll have all of the pieces of the puzzle lining up. Pay attention to some of the slight fundamentals, such as, is the world in a major recession? Stuff like that. But all these little news articles and YouTubers saying we're going down to $1,000 or we're going to $200,000, don't listen to any of it. Focus on the here and now. Make sure you have more money than you did yesterday, and then you're good. I've been playing the same song. This happens whenever I choose an album that only has one song. It will go on repeat 1,000 times. Let's go to... I don't want to play somebody super big or else it's going to hit that copyright strike. We'll play some Siege. Krypton, what's on? What's going on, buddy? No problem, work smart. Glad I could help. Explain this. So, on your chart, you will have a stop loss based on support and resistance. So, like, let's say my stop loss is 2%. And right here, if I take a long, my stop loss is 3%. So now you have an inconsistency in your trade. If you're using the same position, the same leverage, but have different stop losses, that changes your risk to reward ratio from trade to trade. But you're trying to make sure that it's consistent from trade to trade. So that way it maintains its value if you do hit a good trade. So the way you balance that out and make sure it's consistent is by using leverage. So if I have an actual stop loss of 20% and my chart stop loss is 2%, I can take 20%, divide it by my chart stop loss, which is 2%. That will give me my leverage, which would be 10x. And I times 5% of my portfolio by 10x. And then that will give me my position. So that way your position is consistent from trade to trade. And so is your actual stop loss from trade to trade. Because the best traders are the ones that lose small, win big. Lose small, win big. Sometimes the best traders are the ones that win big, lose small, 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 win big. Okay? You don't have to have like a crazy high accuracy with your trades in order to be profitable. Obviously, the better you are with your trading and the higher accuracy and the more in a row you can get, the more exponential it can get. But that is not the goal. So let's say I take a risk to reward trade here and I have a 2% stop loss above my macro horizontal here. And I'm waiting for a macro to get hit next. So if my bottom of the pattern was here and my top of my pattern is here, I'm waiting till the end of the pattern to take my profit. So right here, I have a 7.5 risk to reward ratio. So that means I could lose 6 trades in a row after this and still be in profit. So if you're able to hit 2, 3, 4 of these in a row, like I did back in this pattern. So bottom here. Now this one, I actually took my position up towards this. So this one wasn't as great. But it was still pretty good. It was a 3.5. And then right here, once we hit that bottom, I took a long. This one, I got kind of unfortunate on when I first opened it. I did get stopped out, but the second that we pumped back up and got a close above it, I reopened the trade. And then once we hit the top of the 8-to-1 Gone fan, I took my profit. So right here, we have 3 trades back to back to back. So we got about a 10, well, about 11 here. And then right here, we got a 10.82. So now we have 21 trades that I could take. And if I lost 20 of them, I would still be in profit. So your wins need to set you up for future losses. But if you are trading off of emotion, like let's say right here, I don't use a lot because my confidence isn't high. I don't use as high leverage. And then I take my profit. Right here, I'm like, oh, we're going up, we're going up. And then I'm super confident. And I take a long, I use more position, more leverage because of that confidence. And then we go back down. you pretty much negated this entire trade over here because you didn't remain consistent in between. All right, so I think it's a good point in the live stream to do a actual recap on the entirety of the technical analysis. So we'll go over that again real quick. All right, so why am I saying that we need to come back down towards the $7,800 mark? First off, let's start with the micro time frames. We have a bearish rectangle with a target of 79.13. And like I said many times before, if you are above the 0.5, that is your strongest support. Where are we sitting? The 0.5. So if this is our top and my target is here and I make fib retracements based off of that, my 0.5 is lining up pretty much perfectly, giving me an inkling that this technically could be the next pattern. So that is the micro time frame. We definitely are seeing rejections at the 50 on the RSI. We just saw the VWAP come above and then come back below, so that could be a little bit of bearish divergence right there, or just bearish convergence. Money flow is declining as well. Our stochastic is not technically at 0 yet, so there is more room to the downside on the stochastic RSI. And like I said many times before, we could be sitting down there for quite a while before we actually see a major bounce come in. So that definitely could be the case. So our micro time frames, the 2 hour, those are leaning towards the bearish side. Now on the daily chart, we do have a hidden bearish divergence. We have higher momentum, but we have a lower low. So that's a hidden bearish divergence that could help us come back down. Now, something that is interesting. Right here on this pump, we got a rejection on the stochastic at the 60. On this one right here, we are above the 60. So we actually have the opportunity now to come back down and find support somewhere around here rather than right here, because the 60 on the stochastic is essentially the 50 on the RSI. So when you get a rejection or a bounce at it, that is an early warning sign that you will have a blast off to the upside. So that is definitely a good indication as well that this isn't technically bearish. I'm not leaning towards the bearish side on the macro terms. I definitely do think that this drop is necessary. Because if we go out to our major macro time frame, we can see that we are now above the 0.5 fib retracement. It was acting as resistance down here in this little pattern. But now that we are above it, we would want to come back down, confirm support on the 0.5, and then that could actually lead to us coming back up to the 8-to-1 Ganfan on the macros around 10,200. Now, if we get above that and find support on the 8-to-1 Ganfan after 10,200, that is a very good sign that we could be moving on from there to higher highs. So this is definitely awesome. And for whatever reason, if we do come into another bearish trend and we break that 2-to-1 Ganfan, that is our 45 right support. Okay, I would be looking for a drop down to around $6,000. That is our best support on the entire macros. Now, if we do take that a step down, we could technically come all the way down to the lower 4,000s and still find support. So if we do drop past $6,000, it's not doomsday. Okay, if we ever drop past $3,000, that's when I'll be calling for 1,800 next. All right, but until that happens, none of it makes sense. So that's just my quick recap. And I'm holding true. I'm still in a swing short. I took profits on my scalp long yesterday. I opened up my position at 8,631. Once we dipped down, I took a DCA. We popped right back up. I took my profits. I think I made about like 25% off of that. Nothing much. But it's a scalp trade. And then right now, I'm just waiting for this swing short to come through. Because when I started to see a rejection on the 2 hour, that is an early warning sign that there will soon be a breakout to the downside. Anybody that needs more information on like bearish divergences and stuff, go ahead and if you need patterns, just look up pattern cheat sheet on Google. You'll have a couple different ones pop up. I like certain ones more than others. But this is the divergence cheat sheet that I send to pretty much all of my students, just for them to have it. You have a short open now for close and 7,800. Yeah, I'll be taking profits on it as soon as we get down to this macro diagonal. So I'll probably start taking profits around 8,150. And then between that area, I'll be taking profits and then putting in DCA longs as well. Peter Pan has joined the group. 12 Hour just got a golden crossover. And don't be fooled by that just yet. Just because we got a golden cross doesn't mean we're just going to blast off to the sky. Those things definitely take time to work themselves out. And you can have many ups and downs in between. Crypto Half-Life, what's up, man? If you just got here, rewind about 5 minutes. And I just recapped pretty much everything that I'm currently looking at. Just for the sake of not repeating myself. Which, you guys know I don't mind doing that. But within like 5 minutes of itself, that's a little bit too much. I just have you rewind. No problem, man. No problem. By that time, it might be too late. TL, what's going on, buddy? I'm doing absolutely fantastic, man. Doing absolutely fantastic. Yeah, like I said, when as the streams get more and more popular, I will have to make some sort of highlight video in order to make sure that they are short and sweet and people can watch them for people that can't make it to the live streams or just want to rewatch that material but don't know where it is in the live streams. So as they get more and more popular, I'll definitely be keeping track of that. And like I said, maybe in the future, I'll hire somebody to piece those together for me because I am really busy right now. But definitely, I'll try my best. Like I said, that 100 viewer milestone is going to be big. So I definitely want to make sure that, you know, once we hit that, I'm going to start upping everything. Going to be putting out more content. I'm going to be putting out those highlight videos, all that kind of stuff. Me too, TL. I'm currently short from 90.70. And then I do not have a scalp position open at the moment. Like I said, this is going to be a short and sweet live stream. I'll probably be going until about 8:30 to 9 o'clock. But I do got my buddy coming over tonight, so it will be a little bit shorter. That's why I started a little bit early. I think it's that time in the live stream where I turn down the lights and we get really chill. Because, like I said, I don't know, man. It's going to get worse with age. It definitely is, which I kind of hate. But it is what it is. So let's go ahead. It's on my phone. What am I doing? Actually, I could install it on my computer right now as well. No, not screen link. I don't want screen link. Sean, it's not too late to short. We have a bearish pattern. We have bearish indicators. So that is the highest probability setup. If you do take a short, it should only be a scalp short. So not too much position. And I would put I would put your stop loss. I would put your, hey, no bark. We don't do that. We don't do that. No. No. I would put your stop loss on the scalp somewhere around 8,930 to 8875. That would be sufficient. But just know the best stop loss you could possibly have is all the way up here, but you wouldn't be able to use high leverage and the risk to reward would not be good at all. Fishy. We do not do that. Yep, I'm still in that same swing short, man. I gotta tell you guys, I am patient with these trades. Like right here, I took a short. It took me 19 days before I took my profit off of it. So these things take time to work themselves out. It's all about finding the best entry, the best stop loss on a macro support, and waiting for that swing low. Because this right here, this is not a swing low. All right. This one, that is 12%. That is a swing low right there. Will you be putting out a Gone fan tutorial? Yes, I will be redoing that video as well. I'll definitely try to keep the okays to a minimum. Whenever I'm like explaining a subject and I'm trying to like get through it bit by bit, for some reason I say okay. I don't know why. It just kind of, it's become a habit, and it's okay to say it. I know that, but the amount of times that I say it within a given period of time is ridiculous. Okay. And I was watching the video back, and there was some points where like I would pause after saying something and then go, okay. And I'm like, what are you doing, you idiot? A goddamn tutorial? Will you be putting out a goddamn tutorial? Yeah, any YouTuber you find, they'll have something they say constantly. Like I watch Mudahar. His channel is The Ordinary Gamer. I love how he like has a very non-biased view of certain like news and like YouTube news, drama, all that stuff. I just find it funny. And his thing is, ladies and gentlemen, and I digress. And in this case, like he says that 1,000 times in the video, but it's not as annoying as me saying, okay, okay, okay. Amp, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? All right, so did we get control center? Awesome. So look at this, guys. I got the little setup on my computer right here. I think my face is blocking it, so my face. So I can turn my lights off, back on, and I can adjust the brightness from here as well. So I think I want to turn it down to about 15%. It might make everything look janky for a second, but I'll fix it. Okay, that's good right there. Oh man, Sami. She went back and she watched all of my videos and some of my live streams. Yeah, I got some heat. I got some trouble because if you watch live streams from a 15-year-old Kite, you might hear some stuff that shocks you. Okay, nothing racist, nothing like that. Woo, but some of the stuff we would start talking about, man. She kind of went off on me while she was on Ambien. When she was not on Ambien, she was totally chill about it. One thing that she did deny, though, she was like, I did not say that licking your fingers was racist. I did not. And I was like, Mom, I remember 100% you saying that, and I know for a fact because I cried at the dinner table when you said it because it was so funny. She was like, I did not say it's racist because it's finger licking good. And I'm like, without a doubt you did. Without a doubt. She was like, I did not. I was like, okay. I was like, you forget, Mom. You had a really good memory, all right? Yours is starting to die down. Mine is only starting to get started. Yeah, GON fans were created well before crypto was even a thing. So I would assume they work on equities as well. I don't use them on Forex or anything. Most of the other stuff that I buy, I'm looking at macro charts. I'm looking at weekly RSIs, stuff like that to make those big decisions. So I don't really use support and resistance as much, but I would expect them to work just as well. I definitely have a weird way of setting up my GON fans compared to everybody else. I don't think there's a single person on YouTube or besides somebody that I teach that set them up the way that I do. I don't think that I'm doing anything wrong because I'm making tremendous amounts of money off of it and they are highly accurate. All I'm doing differently is I'm not staying in one mindset. Okay, so I'm making these supports and resistances more accurate as time goes along in order to make sure that for the remainder of the pattern, they are more accurate. While somebody else, they might have their ratios locked and they will always have the same exact ratio on every single GON fan. And it could be slightly accurate, but I definitely don't think it's that accurate, especially for macro timeframes. Because if you don't have logarithmic turned on, none of your fib retracements make sense, and none of your GON fans make sense. So I do think you have to be able to do this manually. I don't think it is something that's going to instantly work the second you set them up. You have to be able to readjust them to the price action to make them more accurate over time, or else you're shooting yourself in the foot. Hines, what's up, man? How you doing? Peter JP, what's up, man? I'll listen to you. I'll turn everything up. Okay, now we turn it back down. Wunderbar. I used to play a game called Call of Duty World at War, and there was a German guy in it. And he always go, Wunderbar. I love that word. Does it just mean wonderful? Or is that... What is Wunderbar? What does that mean? Because it was for... He would always say it for a gun called the Wonder Weapon, so I just assumed it meant wonderful. Yeah, it does mean wonderful. Yep. Wonder Bar? Oh, I just assumed because it's German, it would be with a V. Wunderbar. Wunderbar. I hate doing accents, because if I try to do an accent, it doesn't work. But there will be certain points where I'm talking to somebody and it comes out fluent Australian or fluent Japan, like Japanese, or just British. I try to do it again after that, and I'm like, oh shoot, I can't do it. I can do country, but it's like the stereotypical country. It's like, I can't do that. I can't do this. I go to the store and she's like, you got to have money to buy things, and I just can't. I don't have money, so I just took it. That's the only country accent I can do. If you guys have Android phones and you guys like to buy movies from the Play Store, or you guys make in-app purchases or anything like that, and you guys don't have Google Survey, I know surveys they are always scams, but this is actually from Google, and you have an Android device, download Google Survey from the App Store, and it's not all the time. They will send you a random message every now and then. And it's kind of creepy too, because it's like, hey, were you just in CVS? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, did you buy anything? And I'm like, yeah. And it's like, can you send a picture of the receipt? And I'm like, no. And it's like, well, we tried. Here's 50 cents. So over the course of many, many months, I've had it for about a year now. Let me go check how much I've actually made throughout that year. Where's it at? Google Survey. It's just a way to kind of like have a little bit of spending money for free. So Google Survey. Where's it at? I think it's called Google Rewards, actually. Yeah, it's called Google Rewards. Okay. Reward history. Over the past year, I've answered 355 surveys and I've made $96. Just from answering simple little tiny stuff. I usually use that money to like buy a movie I want to watch or something like that. You gotta spend it, Andy. They give you an entire year to spend it. If you can't spend it in a year, what are you doing? The movies are like $5 for 2 days of rent. Yeah, maybe it's because of the people they're working with. Because it's always after I come out of a store or I go to a specific place, they'll send me a survey for it. Which is creepy. Don't get me wrong. If Google knows where I'm at all times, that's not a good thing. But at least I'm making something off of the information rather than them just collecting it and then not paying me for my information. I looked at that video. I don't know how long ago it came out, but it was a store that somebody opened and they paid you for private information that you would usually give to companies, such as your address, your email address, and you could buy items with your private information. And it was a way to show people that they're giving away all this stuff for free and they're not getting anything back. You know, obviously you get the ease of use of having an Android phone. You get the ease of use of using Google and finding anything you need at your fingertips. But they are collecting that information and they are using it to target ads towards you, anything like that. Especially those Google Homes and Amazon Alexas. Some people have a different point of view where it's like, I love that I can verbalize that I want something and then it will show me the best products for that later on an ad. But for me, it's like, that means it's listening to you all the time. And it is listening for words and phrases in order to target items so that you waste your money. That's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. Not at all. I tried to trim my beard myself the other day and I messed up. So like around the edges and stuff, like I cut it weirdly. It's not even. I try to get rid of some of the like peach fuzz that's starting to form on my cheeks. So I just have the actual beard. I don't know if I want to cut it off. Because I don't like having a beard. It's not like what I want. I just have a beard to cover the fact the fact that I'm fat. So you're here to hear first. That is D Lee, thank you very much. I appreciate it. So once I'm skinny again, I think the beard will come off. Because I hate to sleep with a beard. I hate to eat with a beard. It sucks. Sleeping with a beard is the worst thing because you try to lay on the side of your face. You have all that bushy hair pushing into your face, and it just hurts. It just hurts. On TV, they said, "Okay, Google," and my phone dings to listen. Nope, nope, not right now, Google. Trust me, I know. You know my pain. You know my pain. Beard conditioner? Yeah, that's probably what I need.
Wake up in the morning, cut the TV on and see niggas lying again. Put you in the car for slap you in your office, then leave with all of your pins.
Why is there so many Bitcoin streamers that don't talk? Like from time to time, I will go check out other streamers, not to promote myself, but to see what other people are doing, how they talk about things, their perspective. But most of them just have the charts on their screen and they don't talk. I don't understand. And some of them have like hundreds of viewers. I'm like, what? What is going on? Wait till you get the real man's hair beard. It'd be stiff as a board a day or two after shaving. Yeah, I don't like that in between zone of shaving where you shave it off and just like nice and it's not nice. It's just prickly. So I either like it just straight down to the skin or at least growing out a little bit. I don't like the in between zone. Does Crown have a beard? Whenever I picture Crown, I don't picture him with a beard. I think I know I need to go into a barber shop and have them shape it up for me. But I feel weird doing that. It's like I'm a baby face man, okay? I have a baby face. And it doesn't make me feel like a man to have someone else be like, this is what you need to do with your beard. Because I don't even want the beard. How much longer are we going to be in this bearish rectangle, man? This is taking forever. How long were we down here? We were down here for a day. This one lasted 2 days. This one lasted a day. This one lasted a day. Fish is about... Fish? Hey! No! Hey, hey! Stop it! Stop it! I'll stream right now. Down a little bit. Wish I didn't have a beard sometimes. Me too, buddy. Me too. We've had some good moves, don't get me wrong, within this bearish rectangle. This was the only one that I made profit off of. So I started my position here. I got my average position to like right about here. I made a good amount off of it. Like I said, like about 25, 30%, something like that. Is waiting for Chinese New Year or Chinese Lunar Year. Like I said, man, I don't give a lot of that stuff any credence. I know there is some specific dates within Bitcoin that have a huge effect on it, such as December 17th. Okay, like right here, December 17th, we put in basically a low. Let's see, June. December 17th, we put in the all-time high. Let's see, any more December 17th? December 17th pretty much marked the beginning of the bull run. I haven't looked too much into Chinese New Year. All right, what time is it? It is 8:18. So I do think I'll end the stream at 8:30. I am very, very sorry that it is a short stream. That's why I got started around, let's see, we've been going for how long now? We've been going for an hour and 22 minutes. So hour and a half live stream, not too bad. That's pretty much what you guys are used to. Sorry for anybody that got in late. Hopefully you guys saw the recap of what I'm looking at. Really just want to break that down for a lot of people. You know, pretty much my job during the live streams during points like this right here and points like this, it's not to tell you guys what to do, but I want to know, like, I want to share the feelings of patience for people, because some people, they still haven't learned how to let price action work itself out. They get really antsy during periods like this, so I want to kind of let my patience pass along to you guys in some sort of osmosis way. But yeah. Thank you, JC. Thanks for making it, man. I do appreciate that. And we're getting higher and higher concurrent viewer amounts every single time I stream, so pretty soon we'll be getting up to that 100 viewer count, guys. This time we hung around 80 viewers for a very long time. Last time we hung around around 70. The time before that we hung around 60. There was when I got back into streaming about a month and a half ago, 2 months ago, I would only have 35 people in the stream maximum. So we've definitely grown since then. So thank you very much, guys. I do appreciate that. And, like JP said, or Stretchy said, if you guys feel like you learned something, and you do want to show some appreciation, maybe not through a donation, don't really care about those, just drop a like. That's all I'm really asking for. Because I definitely do want to reach a higher viewership, not for the sake of feeding my ego, but to have a higher potential reach to teach people that are losing. Yeah, in the description, there is a Streamlabs donation link, as well as you can go to Patreon if you want to do $5 a month as a thank you for the live streams. You could do that as well. As well, you can do a highlighted a comment. Like if you go to the comments and there should be a button for a highlighted comment, you could do a super chat that way. I'm not promoting you guys to send me money. I'm doing well and fine. But if you guys do want to say thank you through that way, that is appreciated. Stretchy, you're welcome, man. I appreciate you being here. Thank you very much. Stefan, have a great night, buddy. Appreciate you stopping by. Reckless, I had an indicator that was named after me, after a method that I created. That was the Kite crossing indicator. It was based off of the VWAPs from the blue waves, which are the most basic indicators you can possibly use, is just the VWAP to take positions. So it was a good stepping stone for a lot of people, such as myself, to gain confidence in your trades, but it's not necessarily a good entry indicator. The best entry indicator is you and your support and resistance lines. There's not a single indicator on the market that can give you a direct top or a direct bottom. I don't care if it's Market God, Market Cipher, you know, anything like that that people sell for thousands of dollars. You are your best indicator. You just have to learn how to utilize your own brain. Now, Market Cypher B, Market God, they're great indicators. They definitely help you make those decisions. But I could trade the same exact way off of patterns and targets, fib tracements, and GON fans. I could use no indicators at all and still be able to go from trade to trade. I might not have as high accuracy, but I definitely would be profitable, 100%. Do you use Elliott waves? I have very little information on Elliott waves. I don't know enough to give a definitive decision based on that technical analysis. That's why I don't use it on the live streams. I don't know if I want to go farther with it. I see its use case and I see the psychology behind it. I just don't feel like it's necessary where I'm at. Yeah, fib retracements are awesome. They are one of the best indicators and one of the most used indicators for newer traders. But if you just have horizontal support and resistance, you're missing a huge piece of the puzzle. So that's why I use a combination between the GON fans and the fib retracements to give me higher accuracy, because then I have horizontals and diagonals. Confirmationators. Use my confirmationators. Say it in the country accent every time. Here we see our confirmation indicators telling us to go short. I do think that is the correct thing to do. What's my target? So we are in a bearish rectangle right now. We have a drop and then a rectangle. The target coming off of that will be the length of the flagpole, bringing us back down towards the $7,800 to $7,900 region. And the reason for that, oh my gosh, Thomas, thank you so much, man. I do appreciate that. All right, so, and then, as I said many times, the strongest points on your fib retracements are going to be the 1.618, the 1, the 0.5, and the 0. So if my target is 7,900, so let's say this is my top and this is my bottom. Look how much sense this 0.5 makes, because we have been having a lot of support in this region. So for the 0.5 to be right here for the next medium pattern makes a lot of sense. $8,126, that makes a good target based off of this particular smaller pattern up here. If you take some fib retracements, go ahead. You get your 1.618 off of this particular pattern. And that puts you at about 8,124. So you're pretty correct with that. That's where I'm going to start taking profits on my way down to 7,800. We definitely have a high chance to find support off of this diagonal macro. So that's why I'm looking for anywhere between 8,126 to 7,800. A lot of people will be like, you don't know what the exact price is going to get to? And you call yourself a trader? You suck. Come on, does anybody know what the exact price is going to be? No. That's why we have estimates, we have targets, and we take profit along the way. James, thank you very much, man. I do appreciate that. Was it right now or because I have to get the... All right, let me get you the Telegram link to you real quick. Let's make sure the names match up. I got you, man. I'm going to message you the link right now. Now, this is kind of a trust thing. Whenever I invite somebody to the group, I give them the actual link. From time to time, I will revoke the link and renew it. But if you guys do join the group, please do not share the link. I want to make sure that it doesn't get too crazy in there. So hopefully it's a trust thing here. What group? So my Telegram group. If you go down to the link in the description, you'll find a Patreon. I tried to not promote it as much as possible because I don't want to seem like a shill. But in the description, you'll find a Patreon link to $50 a month for fish. Stop, man. $50 a month for Telegram. And then it is a one-time payment through Patreon. So if you pay for the one-on-ones, you get 2 sessions a week. They usually last about an hour to 2 hours, depending on what's happening, how much time I got. And then you get lifetime Telegram and lifetime Discord as well. The reason why the Discord is not opened up on the Patreon along with the Telegram, I want to make sure that the Discord is a place of discussion and not a place for people to go and look for potential calls. I don't want someone going into the Discord and just looking for people that know what they are talking about and then following their trades. That's why I'm doing it as through the one-on-ones, so that way you know what you're doing and you can make your own decisions, and then you can discuss those decisions with other traders rather than people just going and trying to leech. I'm so sorry, Thomas. I really am, man. If you guys are in a situation like Thomas, message me on Discord. We will work something out. But obviously, if you're transacting, my bad, in US dollars or euros, you don't get special treatment. But if you can have some proof behind that, like, it's 4 times more in USD, I definitely understand that that is a lot of money, and I will work with you. The reason why I'm not doing the Telegram group through crypto like I am with the one-on-ones is because I don't want to have to, go up to people and be like, hey, you didn't pay me this month. I'm going to have to kick you. Sorry. I'd rather just be handled on there. And then if you miss a payment, it will notify me and I can remove you from the group. I have the names attached to the Telegram accounts. Speculative. Did I do well that time? You take pesos, Kite? Go through Patreon. Look at what it would cost you in your currency in order to do the $50 a month. If it's not that much, just do it through Patreon. If you're in the case like Thomas, and you can prove that it is 4 times more, and that equivalent, like that is going to really affect you and you can't afford it, let me know. I'll work something out with you. Maybe we'll have to do, like a one-time payment, for a month. I don't know how we're going to do it, but I'm not here for the money. I'm here to help you guys, but I have to make sure that it's a give and take type of situation. Like with the one-on-ones, that's valuable time that I could be spending on other things, but I want to help you guys. So that's why I make it not too expensive. It's not $1,000 a month. It's a one-time payment, $500. Not to compare myself to anybody, but you got like Crypto Kirby. Now he does have a bigger reputation, has more subscribers, a lot more people to get to. He charges $1,000 a month, well, 0.1 Bitcoin per month to be in just his signals group alone. Yes, the $500 for the one-on-one, I know it says monthly, okay? And I need to go adjust the description to match. But you pay one time. When you buy it, it will automatically take the money out. It will get sent to me. Just cancel it so it does not bill you the next month. And it is the 22nd. So if you guys are thinking about signing up for the Telegram group, wait until the 2nd of February to sign up. I know you might not want to wait that long, but the way I have to have the Patreon set up because of the one-on-ones, I have to have it deduct as soon as you make that Patreon purchase, and then it will charge you the month afterwards as well. So if you buy a Patreon, I am so sorry, James, that you did that. I should have put that warning out there sooner. But it will also charge you on the 1st of the month as well. So you don't want to have a back-to-back charge. Do not do that. Just wait until the 1st of the month. I'm very sorry that that is set up like that, but it has to be like that for the one-on-ones. But you can also pay for the one-on-ones in crypto as well. It will cost you $50 less. So it's $500 on Patreon because Patreon takes 10% of anything I make. So it equates to $450. But if you want to pay $50 less, you can just pay through crypto and I get the same amount. So that's why it's a little bit of a disparity there. All right, so it is 8:32. So I'm gonna start saying goodbye, guys. Start getting ready for my buddy to come over. And yeah, I will see you guys on Friday. Today is Wednesday. I'm losing track of my days. And if we do drop out of this bearish rectangle, break down to the downside, or if we go past the macro 4-to-1 gone fan, I'll hop on live stream, cover it for a little bit, maybe an hour or so, hop off. Krypton, you're very welcome. I thank you very much for being here, as always. Mandy, me and you are not on good terms right now, but thank you very much for being here. I'm kidding. Drew, have a good night, man. I appreciate it. Stretchy, you too, man. Appreciate it. Speculator Kite. Have a good night, man. Speculative. Speculative? Speculative? Speculative. Haha. Jeffy was in here when the stream first started, but I think he gave up, which I'm kind of sad about. I think I threatened him too much. I told him if he starts something in this live stream, I might have to ban him because then he takes away from the actual lessons. Tom, thank you very much, man. Crypto Half-Life, thank you very much. Peace, love, and hair grease. Jay Hill, thank you for being here, man. Appreciate it. I'm sorry, Mandy. I didn't mean to break your heart. I appreciate it very much. I do. Even though you got me in trouble with my mom, I'm willing to forgive it. James, thank you very much for signing up for the Telegram, buddy. I do appreciate that, and thank you for being here. Thank you very much, guys. I will see you on Friday. As always, have a good time trading. Don't get too antsy. Be patient. Let the price action work itself out. Find the best positions. Make sure that you stick to that risk to reward ratio, and you guys will be set for the future. All right, guys. How do you pronounce your name? Anidala? I'm sorry, man. I can't pronounce that. But thank you very much. Have a good night. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, guys. And as well, if I'm not on live stream and you guys have a question, you guys have my Discord account. Send me a message on there. Sometimes I can't get to every single one, but if it's a good question, I will answer it, or I will keep that in mind for the next live stream. So any questions you guys got, send them to me on Discord. I could help you guys out. All right. Peace out, guys.